Good day, everyone, and welcome to Home at the Hollow. My name is Glennis, and welcome to my kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's recipe is one a subscriber sent to me, wanted me to try out, and I wanted to share it with you. I've never heard of it. It is a Doritos casserole. Never heard of it, but I'm willing to give it a go. Now, if this is a recipe that you guys are interested in, I hope that you keep watching, or if you just want to come and hang out with me for a little while, and I always hope you do, then please join me here. I'm preheating a skillet here. I'm going to pour just a little bit, a couple of tablespoons, more or less, of olive oil. If you have vegetable oil, that's okay too. And what I'm going to add to that is one chopped, like a medium onion. I'm going to just go ahead and add that and start. I'm going to saute my onions probably about 3 or 4 minutes, and I've got 2 cloves of garlic here that I'm going to add in just a couple of minutes. As y'all can probably hear, my onion is sizzling away. I'm going to add, again, I'm going to add my garlic and probably cook my garlic maybe a minute. My garlic is smelling beautifully. I was fortunate and I already had some ground beef already cooked in my freezer. You guys know I love to put things in the freezer. This is probably a little more than a pound, so I'm going to guesstimate. I think I'm going to add probably 3/4 of what's here. And just give your already browned ground beef just a wee bit of a stir. I'm going to add probably, I'm guessing, what is an equivalent of taco seasoning mix. I make my own seasoning mixes up, so, and there's a lot of those recipes in my cookbook, and I'm working on more all the time to save a wee bit of money. Just give that a little bit of a stir. Going to add my can of diced tomatoes, and you guys, never fear. I'm going to put all of the ingredient list down in the description box below. So I try to remember. I've got a small can of cream of chicken soup. As unusual as that sounds, I cook a little bit with, soups and things like that. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I'm really glad my subscriber sent me this recipe. I'm going to try this out for her. I had never heard of a Doritos casserole, but we're going to give this a try. And I've got a small can of the, you guys know, I always have these in my pantry, the chopped diced green chilies. And it's really nice. In the last year or so, they've come up with a larger can of the diced green chilies. I don't think you can go wrong if you put the bigger one in there, guys. So I'm going to just let this simmer for 5 minutes. Simmer, kind of like, medium low. You don't want it to go, crazy, but medium low. I have brought everything over here to my counter because I wanted to show you guys. And I'm on a little bit of a learning curve here. Sorry about that, guys. But I've never made a Doritos casserole. I've never even heard of it. So I have, she says, have a 9 by 13 pan. This is roughly 9 by 13. She did not say whether to grease it or not. I went ahead and buttered it. And there you go. I've got my cheddar cheese here, kind of divided up. 1 1/3 of a cup, because it's kind of going to be like a layered thing here. But you guys, excuse me if I have to refer back to her recipe. This is all new for me. What I've done is my ground beef mixture here, I basically put it, kind of separated it a little bit into thirds. Because as I read this, it says, to put a layer of the meat mixture here on the bottom. And that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting dinner tonight. And that's close enough. Spread it out a little bit. And take, let's see, I'm going to take one of the shredded cheddar cheese and sprinkle it right over the beef here. And the vegetables, onions, you know, you guys know. And now this is, I had to measure this out because I actually probably bought too big of a bag of Doritos, but this is probably just a regular size bag. I believe it's 9 and some ounces. So this is 9 and some ounces. But what she says to do is to take your hands. It's too bad I don't have a pair of little hands around to do this for me, but to take your hands and to, you know, just give it a slight, you know, she said not, she crushed them to like dust, but, you know, in smaller pieces. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I have some Doritos left over. I'm going to have to enjoy at some point. This is interesting. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to take just, I guess, a goodly handful. You guys know I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, I've done that. I take another third of the beef mixture. You know, it's just a layered casserole, guys, I guess. I have never had Doritos in a casserole. Has it, anybody out there, have you guys had Doritos in a casserole? Not me. Having a Doritos actually in the house is not normal. I mean, not that it's abnormal, but it's not something I typically have in my kitchen or in my pantry. Alrighty. I think some more cheese is in order. Yeah, that's pretty good. And some more Doritos. Oh, man. Yeah, I think this... There we go. There we go. Some more meat. Wow, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Right in your face. My apologies. And, yeah. It smells really good. It does. It smells really good. And I think this time I'm going to put, and I believe that's what she said, to put the Doritos and the cheese on the top. And I have to admit, I did eat a couple of Doritos before putting this together. I had to make sure it weighed right. Right? Yeah, that works for me. Oh, and there it goes. Alrighty. You know, and if you guys want more than cheese than what she has here, you know, a little more is not going to hurt, I don't think, at this point. But there we go. And this is what it looks like. That's interesting. And it says 350, cover with aluminum foil and bake for 30 minutes. And remove the aluminum foil after 30 minutes. And let it bake, continue to bake without the foil on it. And she says 20 minutes. And she also says when it begins to brown, you know, so she's saying 20 minutes. I'm saying I probably would watch mine very carefully. And there you go. So 350, 30 minutes covered, wrapped tightly with aluminum foil. Whip it off after 30 minutes. 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more. And we are going to see about this. This is going to be interesting. I hope you join me for a taste test. So I'm back. I've baked this Dorito casserole off. I did bake it 350, totally covered, tightly covered for 30 minutes and then uncovered it. But it took a bit longer than 20 minutes. So you might want to bake it covered 45 and then take it off. But I'm going to dish this up. I've got myself a little bit of salad here. Got to have some fresh vegetables, guys. And I'm going to dish this up if I can. It looks interesting. You can definitely tell, you can definitely smell the Doritos. I don't know that you can say, oh, that smells like a Dorito, but it really mostly smells like corn. So I'm going to just put this right here. I'm going to eat it. I'm not going to add salt and pepper to it. Nothing like that. I'm going to eat it just like I showed you guys. It's still crunchy. The Doritos are still crunchy. I don't know, for some reason, I thought in my mind that they would just all go, but, and maybe it's the top ones that are still holding their crisp. But I'm going to take a taste of this because, you know, I looked at the recipe and I'm like, I don't even typically keep Doritos in the house, guys. So, so here you go. I'm going to show you. You know, it's nothing fancy looking. I mean, maybe just a wee bit of sour cream on it to kind of make it creamier. I don't know. It might taste good. I hadn't even tried it, guys. Okay. I definitely think just a smidge of sour cream on it. I think that's what I'm getting ready to do because I have some avocados in the fridge left over from the avocado toast. I'll drop a link to that below. But anyway, I think some cut up avocado on top of it with a little bit of sour cream, I think that would be really awesome. So overall, if you want something quick, easy, and that you can, you know, set aside, have in the fridge, or set it in the freezer and freeze it for when, you know, you just kind of go, what am I going to do? Then I think this would be a really great choice. I hope that you guys give this a try. I'm liking it. I'm glad that they sent me this recipe. Some of the Doritos do soften up. And it is just the top ones. But I'm going to go and get some avocado, dice it up, throw it on there with a little bit of sour cream, have my salad. All in all, a very, very good casserole. Thank you guys for sending it to me. And if you are enjoying the channel, I hope that you give me a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I do upload. I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you so much again for joining me here, home at the Hollow.